What up, YouTube? It's Rob Monty here. I'm bringing you guys two wrestling videos today. We're going to start with this one, which is the Money in the Bank review of last night's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. First and foremost, I gotta say, it was a decent pay-per-view. I actually enjoyed what it was for what it is. I know some fans don't like it because they complain about the empty arena shows. I'm like, get over it. Fuck. COVID-19 is not gone away yet. That's all I'm going to say. Get over it, man. Like every other wrestling promotion out there is doing doing their shows. Like freaking the smaller promotions have closed their shows. Some of them are slowly reopening their shows for small amounts of crowd. And then on top of that, for the big shows, I mean like WWE, AEW, freaking Impact, Ring of Honor. A lot of these guys who are doing shows right now are doing empty arenas to protect you, to fulfill commitments that they need to fulfill. If you don't believe me and you think it's just Vince McMahon, look at Tony Khan. Why the fuck is he producing shows right now if that's the case? Just my opinion. My opinion. Even look at the Young Bucks. They're doing their BTE. And they're going to the park to do it, of all places. Which, by the way, in some cases, is considered illegal in some places. During the lockdown, I mean. But they're still making do with what they got. And I suggest, if you guys are upset of being locked down and you're trying to do stuff, just find something to do. Like, balance your checkbook or something. Or, better yet, figure out how ways you can, make money. Or, better yet, donate to the poor, Find some shit. Stop going online and bitching and complaining. That's all I say. Alright, first and foremost, we're going to start off by what my rating scale is. Much like WrestleMania, there's the normal star system, which determines the quality of the match, how you like the match, and what's your overall opinion of the match. Then we have... what was it that I had it called? Oh yeah, the diamond. The diamond. For a diamond, this is to say if it's a very high quality match and it's equal to, let's say, 3 or 4 stars on a rating system. Our star rating system is from 1 to 10. A diamond is 1 to 5. If you guys want to know what a diamond rating is, like a 5 diamond rating, which is a perfect match, I would look at Steamboat and Savage, or Flair and Steamboat, or Shawn and Taker. I would say Okada versus Omega, Or even one of my personal favorites, Vern Gagne versus Nick Bockwinkel. No, not Nick. Yeah, well, Nick Bockwinkel's up there. But maybe I'm getting the match mixed with the one he had with Billy Robinson back in... Fuck. See, that's how far I can't remember back. But I know those guys had some 5 diamond matches right there. Talking about Vern Gagne and Billy Robinson, guys. Fucking every time. Classic. Alright. And then there's also an extra star up part of the system, which is an important moment or important moment in this situation. Which is it's just like a 1-up if you were playing let's say a video game, All right. So let's start off from the kickoff. Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. I almost missed this match because I just tuned in while this match was going on halfway. I'm also helping celebrate Mother's Day, so that's why I'm having a hard time to keep up with some of the matches. But as far as this match goes, from what I saw and what I can listen to, I would give this match... I want to give it a 5-star in general, just because of how competitive these two were against each other. Jeff's trying to make a good comeback. Jeff looked great out there, to be honest. Cesaro, always a stud out there. I mean, he's always kicking ass. I mean, when you think you're having an easy night, Cesaro's going to make sure you give those fans some money's worth. In my humblest opinion, he's doing pretty good in this match against Jeff. Good pace for both of them to go at. So the match already, from my 1 to 5 star rating, will be a 5. Diamond, I would not give it a diamond in this match. Mainly because it's an exhibition, in my opinion. And quite honestly, I feel like this was a better match than what it was originally planned, because I heard originally it was going to be Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus at Money in the Bank, and we got Cesaro instead. And I gotta be quite honest with you, I'm kind of disappointed in that. That's why it's only staying at a 5 star at this moment. I mean, I was gonna give it 2 stars just because of the fact that it wasn't what I was hearing or expecting. But the match turned out pretty good, so that's why it redeemed itself in the 5 star range. As far as important moment, yeah, I think the important moment was this, which was very important or impressive in my opinion, is the fact that Jeff was able to go and keep up with Cesaro in this match. And it seemed like a main event level Jeff Hardy versus I want to say a main event level Cesaro, but it was a light match, so it gets 1.5 in impressive moments, so, or important moments. So match overall 6.5 to be fair. You know, I mean, these guys are working without a crowd. The match is exactly like what a lot of people said it wasn't going to be. And basically, to give my final thoughts on this match is this. It's just Jeff Hardy and Cesaro pulled off a match I didn't think Jeff or Cesaro was going to pull at last minute like this. But you know what? It was a good match. For a kickoff show, that's a good match. I think if we're going to talk about kickoff shows being just as good as some of the main card matches, I would say this one would probably rank up there as far as main event kickoff matches, you know? So, I say that was a very good one. Alright, next on the card. What did we have first on the card again? Shit. Oh, man. Oh, and by the way, guys, there's a lot of people already bad-mouthing Money in the Bank in general, and I'm quite disapproving of that because mostly because it's like you guys are just knocking it before you even judge it. You know, that's just my opinion. Alright, so our next match, the SmackDown Tag Team Title Fatal 4-Way match, which is by the New Day versus The Miz and Morrison versus Forgotten Sons and Lucha House Party. A lot of people are going to be shocked to basically what I'm going to rate this match. Mainly because I'm a fan of the New Day. New Day won the match. I personally agree with that booking decision. However, I felt like you could have gotten the Forgotten Sons to pull a sneaky one to beat the New Day with. This match was kind of fun, watching Lucha House Party go back and forth with everybody. But to me, it's like this match should have been the kickoff, not Jeff Hardy and Cesaro. And quite honestly, as far as Fatal 4-Way Tag Team matches, it was very lackluster as far as the New Day and Miz and Morrison are considered. And quite honestly, I feel like it made me give me that lasting impression that, okay, is Morrison not getting his shot in or something? I don't know. Or what? No. That's what makes me question about this match. So the match overall gets a 4 on the star rating from 1 to 10. Wasn't that great of a Fatal 4-Way match. Does it get a diamond for being memorable, I guess? It gets a diamond. Mainly because it was entertaining. Just entertaining in general. I mean, with all the shit talking going back and forth between the New Day and Miz and Morrison and Lucha House Party, that's the one thing that makes it memorable to me. Um, I love the finish where Kofi hits the Trouble of Paradise and Big E did a running big ending. And I think he should be doing the big ending like that all the time now, guys. Because the fact that Big E does the big ending the way he did it last night, that was prime right there. I think if he grabbed somebody up for the big ending and ran with it and then dropped them like that, I mean, I can buy that and say that is devastating. It's almost as devastating. It's because you know what it would remind me of when I mean by devastating. It's when, um, Mike Awesome used to do a running power bomb, and it was freaking awesome when he did it. I actually liked watching Mike Awesome do that. And then he would also do one off the fucking top rope. It was more impact. It had more intensity, and I felt like with the big ending that Big E went with in this match. In general, I feel like that's how he should be doing his finish from now on. Especially if he goes singles, he should do his finish just like that. I mean, people would love to see that happen. Oh man. As far as this, I mean, it's lackluster because, for one, I know Lucha House Party is never going to be a match for the New Day. And they're never going to be a match for Miz and Morrison. I mean, it's almost like, okay, you're gonna get beat because you're the smaller tag team, you know. The fact that I didn't see Miz and Morrison do much in this match kind of irks me a little bit because it's like, come on, Miz and Morrison can actually pull off a great match, you know. Come on. As far as the Forgotten Sons, I mean. Quite honestly, I'm impressed with this tag team. I think they're going to be future tag team champions. But this match did not do them any favors, in my opinion. That's why this match gets no impressive moments. So, overall match rating, 4 plus 3. I'm going to subtract 0.5, so a 6.5. It's not as good as Hardy and Cesaro from earlier. But it's decent. I mean, you get away with decent, I guess. Not the best match. And quite honestly, I felt like New Day could have done better. I feel like Miz and Morrison could have done better in this match, too. Lucha House Party, they did exactly what I thought they would do. And as far as the Forgotten Sons, I thought they could have made a big impact, and I just didn't see it. Sorry. If you're a fan of those teams, I'm sorry. As far as New Day goes, I'm glad that they're still champs, but wasn't that impressive of what they usually do, you know? Because what New Day does, guys, in their matches and tag team matches, they're freaking too good to be pulling off a match like this. So I'm kind of disappointed, in a sense. Alright, next match on the card was Miz and R-Truth. MVP and R-Truth. MVP versus R-Truth. When you guys look at EWN, when they cover in the results, when you see MVP versus R-Truth, but the winner's Bobby Lashley, I mean, that's like, what? The fuck? I like this match for what it was. So I'm giving it a star rating of 6 already. Just because of how entertaining the beginning of the match was, where MVP, well, it's because R-Truth came out and sang his song, you know? It was just great. If I can say anything. Because he did like a remix version of What's Up. And you know what? It was basically going over his entire career and saying that he's in the best prime of his career right now. Which is great. But I'm also seeing R-Truth do the What's Up? And he just, like, he's holding and smiling. acting like that there is a crowd there. And then Michael Cole said it best. Well, at least R-Truth has an imagination, folks. And then MVP came out. MVP came out and he's going to do his normal shtick where he's going to come out and do the falling. But when he does it, R-Truth is doing the falling. And you know what? It's funny. It's entertaining because we're seeing we're seeing R-Truth and MVP. Where MVP is being serious, R-Truth is just being a fucking troll. And basically saying, yeah, I'll teach you bowling. 2 points. Bowling. Again, step back. Bowling. 3 points. That, to me, it was hilarious just to see R-Truth and MVP just go back and forth as far as the gesturing sense, you know. Thought it was good comedy, really. And MVP was getting really all huffed and puffed right there. Plus, did anybody notice that MVP came out dressed up like Black Panther again? I mean, that's freaking cool, you know. I think that's one of his better designs as far as ring attire goes. Plus, I think he fits good with the Black Panther mantra, to be honest. But you know what? Black Panther ain't got nothing on Bobby Lashley. That's for damn sure. Because that's who we got coming in next. And, you know, I'm thinking, okay, this is a match I wanted to see 10 years ago. But no, I'm going to get a match that is just brand new, fresh. Didn't even think about it. Because the only thing in my mind when Bobby Lashley came out was, what the fuck and fuck is going on here? And Lashley comes out and sells MVP. Yo, P, I got this. I got this. And then R-Truth is just freaking, you know, hey man, come on, and slaps him like fakely, you know, at Lashley, and then Lashley just destroys MVP. Meanwhile, Samoa Joe is on announced team, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, are you seriously going with this? Because I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, if they bring back like they've been talking about this for months on end, about Apollo Crews going heel and joining MVP stable. And I'm like thinking to myself, holy shit, if Bobby Lashley joins this stable and is the leader of this group, holy fuck. And you know what I'm thinking right there and then, at the same time, they're going to have Apollo Crews. This is going to be a viable faction that I'm going to get behind. And then here's another thing that's going in my mind. Wait, Samoa Joe's there. MVP's in there. Bobby Lashley's in there. We're missing Homicide and Low Key. You know why, guys? Because what I saw... Oh, and Kenny King, too. Because what I saw in that freaking WWE ring was a TNA Impact story. And that is the Beatdown Crew. In which both Joe, Lashley, and MVP were a part of. So I'm wondering, are they going to play that off as, MVP and Bobby Lashley are going to get back together? I mean, it's sad that we saw Leo Rush go. And, you know, and is thinking about going into music more than sticking with wrestling. So that was sad. But if MVP becomes Bobby Lashley's manager, holy shit. I think that's the right person right there for Lashley. Mainly because MVP can talk his mouth through anything. I felt like Leo could have done that too, and I thought he complimented Bobby that much. All I know is Lana being the manager of Bobby Lashley. But overall, that's why this match gets a 6-star on my rating. Memorability. It gets a half a star, so it goes up from 6 stars to 7.5 stars, just because half a diamond here, because it's like we're seeing. Like I was telling you guys, I see a Beatdown Crew coming out of this, and with R-Truth, I mean, I think R-Truth was the right person to get Lashley over in this match. and Truth really complimented Bobby. And I think on this, if this was like back in 2007 when I was feeling, is that R-Truth would be in the upper mid card for the Intercontinental title, and Bobby Lashley was the world champion. That's what I'm thinking. But when I'm watching this match, I felt like, well, this is a good match. Fresh, new, different. I know some people are saying R-Truth and Lashley went at it before, but it's like the way that Bobby entered this match was a whole different story, and I really enjoyed it. You know, is there any impressive moments? I think because of the amount of impressive moments that I was impressed with, I just threw him in the star system with that, because it's like that was basically what this match was as good as it was, because a lot of the impressive moments in here was Truth actually going out the extra mile and to act like there was a crowd there. MVP and Truth's back and forth verbiage, and then on top of that, Bobby Lashley comes out to help MVP, and then Lashley dominates. I think a 7.5 from a 1 to 10 scale is fair enough for this match, and being a good squash match, if that's what people are going to call it. So, yeah, this was a good one. Not the best on the card, that's for sure. Then we got to see Bayley and Tamina. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't necessarily like this match. Not because it's Bayley and Tamina, because Bayley's a good wrestler, and I believe Tamina's a good power wrestler. It's just the fact of the matter is, I didn't care too much watching this. The only thing I cared about was that I think you watch the match and you see Tamina being kind of emotional. There's no diamonds to this match, so it's not as memorable as I will remember. But overall, it gets a 5. And with impressive moments, it's still a 5. It's not the best Bayley match I've ever seen. I think we're going to get that at WrestleMania or whenever her and Sasha turn off. I think that's when it's going to be a better match for Bayley. But this match between Bayley and Tamina was not the best match on the card. In fact, it was the shittiest, and it's because it's less memorable. The only thing memorable about it is that we think Sasha's going to, but it's been the same shit for the last how many months, where they're teasing Sasha and Bayley of not being friends anymore, kind of deal, and Sasha's going to go after the women's championship. They're just teasing it too much. I think it's got to have to change soon. And I think fans will probably agree with me on this. If Sasha does not smack the shit out of Bayley and challenge for that women's title, or complain about why only Bayley talks for Sasha now, I think a lot of people are going to be pissed. Not speaking for everybody, but that's the feeling I'm getting from it. I think it's getting old. That's what I'm saying. Alright, next. I found some skin. My skin's like crinkling from all the hand washing we're doing, guys. Next, we get the 2 championship matches. Honestly, with the Universal title match, I want to give it a 5-star rating. And then a 1 diamond rating. The reason why I give it a 1 diamond is just because the match itself wasn't so much as competitive, but basically this is not what I was expecting. For this match to go up and become a better match than what I was hoping for, because to me the WWE Championship match was the better match out of the 2. I think it needed to be Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, versus Braun Strowman. But to me it's like, okay, they're building it up so that there is a chapter 2. I know a lot of fans are going to shit on this match just because there was no Fiend, and the Fiend's dead because of Goldberg. Like, fuck, get over Goldberg already. My God, Goldberg pissed. The people who bitch about Goldberg bitch about cereal going in last instead of the fruit and milk. But anyway, what I'm just saying is this. And by the way, folks, I put the cereal in first. That's why I'm saying. It's like, no big deal. And you're complaining about a small little mini beanie winnie deal. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, for this match, I don't think Braun losing the title right now would be a smart idea. Even if he were to drop it back to the Fiend. So the fact that they went with Bray, I thought was good. It was a good choice because then we get to see a little bit of background. It's a good build-up for the first chapter of this story. And quite honestly, basically, they're going by, okay, Braun is overcoming Bray Wyatt because Braun was a better wrestler on his own than being with Bray. And Bray is just trying to make it into fun. And the thing is, for their background history for this match, there is no reason for Bray and Braun to actually meet. So now they just made one. Braun said, I don't need you. I'm going to beat your ass. And that's what happened in this match. Let's go over a couple things. For one, what I found very, very impressive was that Bray Wyatt hit a DDT and a tornado DDT off the second rope, which was pretty cool. Big guys doing that, you would never think you'd see a big guy do a tornado DDT. That's why it's impressive. So it gets an impressive moment right there. And then I think Bray hitting Sister Abigail on Strowman, which I never thought was possible, was pretty freaking awesome. But then you got the Strowman power down, beat down. So this match overall, I'm gonna give it a 7. Because actually a 7.5, because I feel like this match is building up to something bigger, and it wasn't that impressive. I think the most impressive thing about it was that how they utilized Strowman's and Bray's relationship for this match, including with the mask, where basically Braun is teasing that he's going back and joining Bray, and instead Braun just destroys him at the end, you know? Frick, this hurts. It's like prickly. I should not pick on it anymore. Alright. So next is the WWE Championship match. I would give this match an overall rating of 6. I know this is going to be their first title meeting, but I felt like that Drew and Seth actually had a very competitive match. I really enjoyed it. That's why it's getting a 6. Overall, just by work rate alone, I felt like these guys went all out. Diamond, it gets a diamond on its own, so that's about 9 stars. That's all I'm going to give it, because I think everything Seth and Drew do is impressive in general, so match is getting a 9-star rating. But I feel like they will have a better match in the future. I don't know when. I know we're talking about Jinder versus Drew for some reason. I don't know why. I gotta see Jinder get built up for this, so I'm thinking that there's gonna be a rematch between Seth and Drew, even though they shook hands out of respect at the end. But you watch Seth, he's like very questioning, why? You know. So overall match rating gets it's a 9. It was the better championship match of the night. That's all I'm going to say. But it's not going to compare to our main event, which is a double main event, really. And that is the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men and the women. And I like how EWN goes over this on their results page, where it's like a short summary of each match. Quite honestly, I want to give this match a 10-star. And we're not giving it anything else other than a 5. No, maybe a. And I'm not going to count it. You know, it's just. I'm going to give it 3 diamonds. And for the main reason why I'm giving it a 3 diamond is because the match itself is the first of its kind for a Money in the Bank ladder match. I thought it was fun as shit. I don't know about you guys. I don't know why it gets heat on, other than it's because it's a cinematic match and they thought the finish was stupid. In my opinion, this match was that damn good. Main reason for that is because the guys who won it deserved to win it this way, and it was the best way for them to win it. Basically, Asuka and Otis had won this match. And you know what? I'm cool with that. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually excited about it. Main reason is because, for one, when I was asked on my bet, who would I be betting on for Money in the Bank? I said for the women's, Asuka. For the men's, I was going to say AJ Styles. And you know what? I want to say AJ did win that match technically, but the fact that he fumbled the damn briefcase, which I understand some people say, that is so stupid. I'm going to say, well, that's fucking genius. How you have AJ Styles win the match, but not win it. Right there. And here's the thing. This is why I think it was great the way they did it, because both Asuka and Otis are the same people who were made for this match. I mean, we talk about how video gamers were made for COVID-19 lockdown. Frickin' Asuka and Otis was made for the corporate Money in the Bank ladder match. One. Asuka was the unpredictable. And it fits well with her character. I mean, think about it, guys. Asuka's always telling people, you're not ready for Asuka. She said this for 3-4 years now, that no one's ready for Asuka. How is it that the way Asuka wins is, how's people who are mad about this, what did you not get? Because everybody in this match had something going on with them that's playing with their character or storyline. And I love how they utilized Asuka in this match. Because, let's be honest, she was the only one with real personality in this entire freaking match and deserves to be more over than all the other girls in this match. Let's take a look at it. First, you have how we gonna look at the beginning of the match, and I'm gonna do this for the men's. Look at the women. They came in. They're all acting all subtle and, nonchalant, just lining up unsuspiciously. How is that? How do you not want to get in someone's face and instead you decide to stand side by side next to them? I mean, let's look at it. Think about this. First we see, who came out first? Was it Lacey? No. Or was it Shayna? No. We had Carmella and Dana Brooke come out. You had Nia Jax come out. And you had Lacey Evans and Shayna Baszler come out. And you know what? They're all standing side by side. I mean, it was like a Mortal Kombat selection screen. It's like, select your fighter. And I'm just like... And then when Asuka didn't show up, I was like, okay, so there's someone who's being different right there. And the best part is, before this match starts, they're like, where's Asuka? Where's Asuka? She should be standing right next to us and being ready for this match. They turn around, and she's on top of the balcony up the second floor, and she decides to jump on them while dancing, which to me was fucking awesome. Why? Why, you ask? It's not just because I'm a fan of Asuka. It's the fact that it was unpredictability. None of them were ready for that. None of them were ready for Asuka coming off that freaking balcony and attacking them. And then while she goes scurry off dancing into the freaking elevator. I mean, that's the sense of unpredictability. And she stayed in that elevator for the first half of this match, guys. And you want my honest opinion? She did the one thing that an unpredictable person does. Saves their energy and let everybody else get their ass beat while trying to get away. Because that's what she did. She got away from all of them while they're too busy pounding and smacking each other away. I mean, it was like, she is... You know, a lot of people don't give Asuka enough credit for being smart. But damn it, she is fucking unbelievably smart in this match. So, what happens? Okay. So, we look at it here with the other women. Nia's just being a freaking bully. Well, not bully, but just being a bulldozer because she's just a big giant in this match. And she's like smacking all these women all the way just to get up the top. Of course, she's going super slow up there, while Asuka's like getting closer and closer to the top floor. And then you have Shayna, who's going there and going like, oh, I'm going to beat all these women up. And her and Lacey are just ripping at each other, in my opinion. And throughout this whole match, I mean, when you think about it, that's what they were doing. Is because of the match, while Asuka's running to, who's all far away ahead of them, you got Lacey, Shayna, and Nia beating the shit out of each other. Meanwhile, you have Dana Brooke and Carmella. The thing that was funny about this, guys, is that Dana actually thought she won the Money in the Bank by winning in the conference room with a briefcase full of money. I was like, why didn't you just take the fucking briefcase and run? Why did you have to sit there and go like, why? Anyway, it's like, this tells the story of both Carmella and Dana. Dana tries too hard. She works so hard in being the top girl that she never breaks the glass ceiling. And she thinks she breaks it, but she got knocked back down. That's the story of Dana Brooke's career right there. And then Carmella, she's too busy fooling around, and eventually she gets taken out by Nia Jax and Lacey Evans, which, in all retrospect, I look at that and I think, yeah, that's because you weren't being serious with this one. You're too busy dancing around thinking about your Money in the Bank win, and you don't realize, oh shit, I'm in this fucking match. And that's why you got taken out so early. And here's the thing. Give Dana credit. She still continued on with this match. But honestly, I look at that and it's like, that's the story of her career. She keeps trying and trying and trying so hard. She's never going to win the big one. And then as far as Nia goes, Nia's just destroying and mauling people left and right. And especially when we get to the food fight scene, which I'll go over in a little bit. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. And then Shayna and Lacey are just ripping each other and pulling each other down. You know, to me, it's like, okay, those two are just going to beat the hell out of each other for this whole match. Asuka's got to the freaking top, almost to the top floor. And gets back into the match and starts kicking them, smacking them around, dancing and running back up the ladder, which to me is fucking hilarious. It's hilarious. Alright, and then we go on to the men's side. So, if you notice, Asuka's being unpredictable. Why is Otis winning this match? Because to me, he was the unsuspecting superstar. Because see, in order to win this corporate Money in the Bank ladder match, by psychology-wise, you have to be A, unpredictable, which is Asuka, unsuspecting as Otis. You know why? Because nobody expects Otis to win a fucking ladder match of this caliber. He's not your ideal guy of winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. And a lot of people find it very stupid. I find it, no, that's exactly how Otis would win. That's exactly how Otis would win. And that's just being unsuspecting. Because for one, you already know he's a threat because of his size and the deceivingness of his agility. And the fact of the matter is, here's the thing. Of all the guys, he probably showed a lot of personality himself. But let's put it this way. AJ and Daniel did great things in this match. I thought Ray was like, holy shit, like the lovable guy in this match. Ray was really lovable in my opinion. King Corbin, oh man. Guys, we're going to go over this and after this, but Corbin got owned quite a lot in this match. As what I would think he would. Especially when he gets up on top of the ladder, he gets owned three times in my opinion. Big time too. First one by Asuka, the second one by Elias. You know. But yeah, he was doing pretty good. I loved his facials, his personality in this match. And then we look at Otis. Otis is just being Otis, which is this is why I'm a fan of Otis, because Otis was being Otis. What else? AJ also was a big proponent to this factor because they talked a lot of story about AJ. I think the one person who had the least personality would either be Daniel Bryan or Rey Mysterio in this match. And Aleister Black. But all these guys had something going in. For Aleister, he's the one guy who's like, okay, I'm going to kick you because fuck I can, and it's because you knocked on my door. That's the thing we're getting at. But what I liked about how they started was they all met up in the gym. And it was like a football rally, guys. It was like a football rally. Where all the boys in the locker room are psyching themselves up, ready for the freaking game tonight. They all came in and was going, hey guys, how we doing? You ready for some money in the bank action? Oh, I'm going to get that ladder. No, I'm going to get that damn ladder. No, I'm going to have that briefcase. Like that kind of shit. They were talking mad shit the whole entire time, psyching and pumping each other up, which to me, that was entertaining and that was fun. Because to me, it's like, man, we're going to do it like this. Let's have some fucking fun. Because that's what they were doing. They were having fun with this match in general. The fact that I like about it that it started in the weight room was because I guess this is where all the guys would find themselves in, I guess. Or, from what I'm understanding, this is where they were designated to go to. But what I loved about this was that how they started off, too. And I liked how the girls started off, but it was kind of like, if I was in this match as one of those women, I'd been like trying to get in the face of the other ones before I get shocked by Asuka. Instead, they all lined themselves up. Oh man, that's what made it funny, in my opinion. All right, so the men. Daniel Bryan is going in there, as we know. He's gonna go in there and be determined to kick and claw and scratch his way to victory. Rey Mysterio is basically being acrobatic. If you watch the entire match, Mysterio is thinking of every single way of doing this. So that was kind of cool. Alright. You know. I mean, he used the gym to his advantage a lot. But it's funny to watch Rey. Because Rey right now is playing what Ric Flair would do back in 2006. Which is freaking awesome, you know. I mean, that's freaking. I say I'm a bigger fan of Rey Mysterio right now than I was a couple months ago. Oh man. AJ really got to show a lot of character and personality, and the best part about it is it's just because, you know, we talk about how he was talking shit before Boneyard match and he got owned by Taker in that match. And he was talking mad shit when he came back into this match. After, he was talking mad shit about winning Money in the Bank and throwing people off the roof. By the way, we'll talk about the roofs a lot soon. Basically, what made it hilariously funny, in my opinion, is the fact that AJ starts off his night being pressed by a fucking barbell. And he's pushing it and pushing it. And what he should have done was slide himself out like a snake. And he couldn't do it because he's trying to get this thing off of him. It's like, oh my god. And the whole time, and Otis runs out and goes like, AJ's pressed. I'm like, well, duh. And on top of that, AJ asks Ray, hey Ray, help me out. Let me up. Help me out, bro. And Ray's like, nah. And runs off like Skeletor. And once AJ gets out of there, right, he's walking down the hallway going like, Mysterio, where are you? So I'm hoping for an AJ versus Ray match. I would love to see AJ versus Ray at WrestleMania next year. That would be an awesome match in my opinion. Or even at SummerSlam, Ray versus AJ. But anyway, so AJ's going through the hallway looking for Mysterio, and he sees a pit. We pass by Roman Reigns. By the way, Roman Reigns starts trending worldwide just by having his picture on the wall at Titan Tower. And freaking AJ's walking through the hallway. Doors are locked. And then he sees a picture of Taker at WrestleMania 33. And AJ's like, no. And then he opens the door into an office which looks like to have a casket, dim purple lighting, a very familiar sight of the Undertaker. And he's like, no. I'm just going to go. No. And then Aleister Black kicks him in there. And this is after he has a flashback of the Boneyard match too, right? So now Black kicks him into the room, which I think that's because you wouldn't knock on his door, apparently. That's probably his office, not Taker's, but AJ's like, no! And it's just hilarious. He's like, don't leave me here! Yes! And then Mysterio runs into Brother Love in the bathroom, guys, in which Brother Love's going like, I love you! Kind of deal. And as you guys don't know who Brother Love is, that's Bruce Pritchard. Ray goes like this, I love you too, man, but I gotta go. and then Brother Love's like, okay. And he just washes his hands. Meanwhile, we're seeing upstairs where Baron Corbin is getting kicked in the chest in some ropes, and he's hung up. And you have Otis just taunting and bashing his chest, and you see Daniel Bryan kicking the snot out of Baron Corbin. Wow, Otis is going like, yes! And then, next thing you know, Bryan kicks Otis just because of it. To me, this was a funny scene in general. And then, of course, we get to the food fight. Now, the food fight, in my opinion, was a fun part of the match because you see Paul Heyman in his natural habitat. By the way, who saw the clown when Otis got kicked in the face? Anyway, so we get to the food fight, and basically, Paul Heyman is in his natural habitat, eating his sandwich in ways. Next thing you know, all the superstars show up. And they're yelling and fighting at each other with the guys versus the girls going, yeah, it's supposed to be here. No, you're not supposed to be here kind of deal, right? And Paul Heyman's like, shut up! Yes! And then he accidentally drops the sandwich into Otis's mouth. Otis has the food falling down off his face, which is hilarious. And he just snaps and says, food fight! And they fucking start throwing food at Paul Heyman and all this. This was a hilarious scene. I love the fact that Shayna actually put the Karafuda clutch on Mysterio, which is like, Ray, what the fuck are you doing? And then both Nia and Otis smacked right into each other, while Rey Mysterio gets sandwiched by both of them. And Ray's like, I'm dead. Which is fun in itself watching. I think Black got slammed by Corbin, and then next thing you know, you see is Nia Jax powerbombing Dana Brooke, and then power bombing Carmella through a table, which to me was like, that was fun. And look at Carmella, she's like asleep now because she just got power bombed through a table. I'm like, that's what you get for fucking fooling around, you know. Anyway, and it ends with Otis eating the sandwich that Paul Heyman had in his mouth. Going into the cafeteria, picking up a pie, and I'm like, ooh, pie. He's like, ooh, pie. And John Laurinaitis just pulls up in his little scooter, right? And goes like, people power. Pie to the face. Which to me made me laugh. It made me laugh when I saw it. Because I believe if anybody deserves a pie in the face, it's John Laurinaitis. And I think a lot of people, including CM Punk, will approve. Ah, man. So, this was a fun match. Then the best part is when AJ and Daniel Bryan start fighting with each other, and they fight into Vince McMahon's office. Of course, a lot of people are going to say Vince looks sad. I'm like, of course he's sad, for crying out loud. For one, he has all this shit going on. He did not expect someone to bust into his office. As you can tell, he has a T-Rex head on the top of his freaking wall. Do you think he wants that damaged? Hell freaking no. Does he want to be around people right now while he should be social distancing? Hell no. And not let alone let these guys fight in his office. It's like a rendition of him, of Brett and Shawn in his office. And it's like, so when he sees it and turns around, it's like, fucking really? I mean, you can't help but feel sorry for the man at that point. And he says, out! Both AJ and Daniel Bryan, it's going like, oh, yeah, sorry. And then they both put his chairs back because AJ, hey, put the chair back. We got to get out of here before he gets mad. And Vince is like, oh, fuck. And then starts putting in the hand sanitizer. For one, I think that was comedic genius by Vince McMahon in there, and I really enjoyed that part of the match because they gave Vince something to do in this match. And quite honestly, Vince playing even with the COVID-19 thing with the hand sanitizer was awesome. Though I'm pretty sure there's something behind the hand sanitizer in that sense in another story. But anyway, these go AJ and Daniel are like, you were scared. No, you were scared. And they start fighting, which leads to Baron Corbin coming in, taking advantage of them and Aleister Black, and goes out and says, I'm going to the roof! And of course, Asuka has already beaten everybody to the roof. And what she does, she fights with Lacey and Nia. And I think Shayna came up. Did Shayna come up to Money Bank? No, I don't think so. But anyway, they are fighting up on the top. Nia seems like she's going to win, but Asuka stops her last minute. And Asuka kicks Lacey Evans off. Asuka is about to grab the Money in the Bank, but Baron Corbin runs in and is going like, oh, no, let me have the case, briefcase kind of thing, right? And Asuka just slaps and kicks him down the freaking ladder and grabs her briefcase. And there she wins. I'm just like, fucking Baron Corbin just got Baron is getting my approval of entertaining me right now, and I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Baron Corbin. But that was just, oh. And then we go on to finish up the men's battle royal, which both Ray and Aleister Black both take the roof spot, with Baron throwing them off the roof. And it comes down to Baron Corbin and AJ Styles fighting each other all the way. And AJ and him both have the freaking briefcase. I don't know where Elias smacked Baron Corbin with a freaking guitar. Elias is not even a part of this match, but Elias stopped Baron Corbin from winning this match. And as far as AJ's going, AJ's like, oh shit, I dropped it. He drops the fucking briefcase. Otis grabs it unsuspectingly, and your new and officially proud holder of the Money in the Bank, Otis. which to me was the best way to end it because it's funny, it's unsuspecting, and quite honestly, it's the most deserving. I agree. I'm not mad with it because when I look at it, if you look at the year track record of Otis's year so far in 2020 compared to everybody else's in that match, I mean, Mysterio was not at WrestleMania, for one. Aleister Black, not so much, hasn't had so much good moments going on. He has here and there, but he's not over. It's almost like he's stagnant. Baron Corbin is over as a heel, but here's the problem. He didn't win at WrestleMania this year or the Royal Rumble, so he's not on fire. Daniel Bryan, as great as of a comeback run he's making, he still hasn't done anything good so far this year, as far as like success-wise. AJ, who's probably the most over guy in this match because of that damn Boneyard match, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't win it. Why? Because for one, he didn't necessarily win his match at WrestleMania. So what's left? Otis. Think about it this way. Otis has won the girl in his storyline and has gotten over like Rover because of him and Mandy Rose. He goes to WrestleMania, wins that match, and takes Mandy home with him. And they are really good friends, and they're really over right now. I mean, there's a lot of fans out there who, in fact, love Otis in general. Now he wins the Money in the Bank unsuspectingly. To me, he's the most over star in the match. I mean, he's getting the biggest loud reaction. He's got fans that care about him. He won his match at WrestleMania. The fact that he wins it is deserving. To see what happens next with the Money in the Bank title or that Money in the Bank briefcase, or where he does that shot, gonna be interesting. I mean, Otis has been very fucking interesting ever since he's been on TV, guys. So I can't wait to see what happens next. I think with AJ and Baron, I think AJ is going to still be in the main event. I don't think anybody's going to say this is a burial for AJ. But AJ is going to be one of the first people to know to fumble the Money in the Bank contract. But, you know what? If he wins the Money in the Bank, technically, but loses it because he made one small technicality, that's not a bad way for him to lose the Money in the Bank briefcase now, is it? Is it? So, your new overall match rating of this match, of both matches, I give him a 10. And 20 overall. Basically, it's just because for a cinematic and a good match, this was entertaining. This is what a wrestling match can be and do. How do you top that street fight on Dynamite? You do something like this. For the fans who are worried about Mysterio and Aleister Black, I have reported that they were going to do this spot. So the people who thinks that spot was stupid, it's been reported. Bitch has been practicing with them to do the spot. I mean, they've been teasing that they were going to do something like that for about a whole month. Hello, and like these guys are not dead. You think they're dead because it's a roof spot, but guys, it's TV. Get over it. You're telling me Dr. Schultz is really a bad person who abuses his wife and kids in real life because you saw it on TV? I mean, really? The only thing that was real about Dr. Schultz on TV that I ever saw was when he slapped the shit out of John Stossel, who deserved it. As far as this, guys, I mean, this was an entertaining match. Very fun. And I'm pretty sure Mysterio's over. I'm pretty sure everybody in this match is over except for Dana and Carmella, in my opinion. I think everybody else is over. But I think my biggest gripe with the women in this is like this. Only Asuka got personality? Asuka and Carmella are the only two with personality? What is up with Lacey Evans? What are you doing, Shayna? You did not do anything impressive. Naya! I get it. Big, fat Samoan giant. Got it. I get it. I get it. But couldn't you do a better facial? And Dana, there's a reason why you'll never be the true women's champion. You were better off fighting in the Diva division. Alright. Now, the one thing that makes this match so it's over with me so much too, guys, is that I watched this match 3 times so I can count off what I did. And what I was counting off was in fact, let me pull this up. Let me pull it up for you guys. Well, actually, I'm gonna make the graphic for you guys. All right. I'm going to make you guys a graphic so you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh shit. But yeah, this was actually a very fun match. mean, and this is going to be a new segment here. Well, it's not a new segment, guys. Basically, this is just to make some fun. But all right. So basically, we're gonna go with what I call the King Corbin own way. So after what happened at last night's Money in the Bank. All right, guys. So for all of you guys who were watching last night's Money in the Bank, you guys probably didn't notice this, but I basically noticed this while watching it back 3 or 4 times. Actually, 2 to 3 times. Two to. All right, guys. All right. So basically, I noticed this last night while watching Money in the Bank, and I had to watch this match 2 to 3 times, guys. And I'm gonna tell you this, guys. If you look at the graphic right now next to me, it says the King Corbin own count, much like the count in TFS's Team 4 Stars Krillin owned count. This is basically a count of how many times last night Baron Corbin was owned. Alright, so match begins. Baron takes on Daniel Bryan. First things first, folks. He already gets owned as soon as he walks into the gym. As soon as he comes in talking big smack, and then everybody's like, yeah, whatever. Like, he gets owned by everybody. Like, okay, that's a fair own, right? Yeah. But the next thing that happens in this is when he and Daniel Bryan go up against each other, and he tries to throw a weight at Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan ducks. And Baron Corbin looks stupid after he throws the damn weight at the window. Meanwhile, what he does, not the window, the mirror in the weight room. So he's like, damn it, kind of thing. So there, he's owned. And then turns around, gets kicked in the face. That's owned 3 times. And then he starts running off, trying to go after that guy. Now, as you guys seeing here, is that the own count has happened 3 times already. Boy, and it just does not get any better for Baron. So basically, they get to the elevator. He's the last one He's trying to be the last one in the elevator. But after he gets off the elevator, folks, what happens to King Corbin while he's being owned? He gets trapped into the ropes in the back outside the elevator this time, and he's like hanging there. He's like, So he's already owned for a 4th time. And then, he's like, let me out. But, like I said, Otis is pounding his chest, taunting to the ground, kind of thing. And so, again, he's owned 5 times because Otis is just dancing in front of him. And then, next thing you know, we go up from a count of 5 to a count of 15 owned because Daniel Bryan kicked him in the chest more than enough times there. And then kicked Otis on top of that. And so, at the end, you see Corbin going, it's just ridiculous, right? Oh, man. And then Corbin goes up stairs, right? I believe he gets owned one more time during the food fight because it's like, while everybody's stopping. So that's an own count of 16. Of course, he's also getting smacked around by some of the women at this time, too. And then he's kicked down the hallway, which is an automatic own 17 times. And then he makes himself a small comeback by beating shit out of Aleister Black, Daniel Bryan, and AJ Styles in the conference room. But he gets owned one more time here because of what he says. And what he says is this: I'm going to the roof! I mean, you just got owned by your own self there, because now you just embarrassed yourself, because the one thing people are going to remember you saying on this match is, I'm going to the roof. Oh, and by the way, it's not just 18, my bad, I just remembered something from when he got kicked. So, own count goes back to when the clown looked at him and started giggling at him after he got kicked in the chest by Daniel Bryan. A lot of you are going like, the fuck is going on here? You counted every time he got owned? And yes, I did, especially at the end. So Corbin has made his comeback so much in this match that he's now throwing Mysterio and Aleister Black over the roof, and he looks stupid doing it. So again, another ownage count. Oh. And then, before that happens, he tries to win the Money in the Bank briefcase while trying to grab the damn briefcase by Asuka, who he's basically like, no. And he's like, give me the case! Give me the briefcase! Begging Asuka to give him the briefcase. And to let go of hers, too, so he can grab it. Because he wanted to grab both, as seen in the picture here. But in the process, she slaps him. Boom! 22. And then she kicks him off the ladder, which equals 2. So that's 24 times. Baron Corbin has been owned in this match. And the reason why it's 24 is because you got kicked in the face. So that's 1. 2, you take the big bad bump down the ladder and out of the fucking ring. So that's 4. That's 24. So now the count is 24 as we go in. And now Corbin and AJ are both fighting up on the ladder. Corbin thinks he has it now. So close. He's holding it on with AJ. But then Elias comes in, smacks him in the back with the guitar. It's now, the count has gone to 25. Minus that, because he takes a bump, makes it 26. Hey, when those Money in the Bank ladder bumps are fucking vicious. Anybody can tell you that. And then, to make matters worse, because now you're not just owned one time, but you're owned 4 times at this point, because AJ Styles dropped the briefcase. He did not win it. So the person that you were fighting with on top of the ladder is no longer the guy. He is no longer the guy who wins the Money in the Bank, but the guy that you unsuspectingly thought would not win the match. Otis wins, and you have a total own count of 30 times, folks. Baron Corbin got owned 30 times at Money in the Bank. And my God, he must feel real lucky that he has really gotten ownership big time, because he has gotten more ownership than those Money in the Bank briefcases did. And by God, he got owned 30 times in this match. It's unbelievably funny. And it's hilarious too. Oh man, let's take a close up on that picture right now for you guys. I'm gonna close my window capture here. No, not my window, my video capture, just so you can see the jackass himself. I mean, to me, this was hilarious. Oh man, this was super hilarious. I mean, look at that. King Corbin is owned 30 times at Money in the Bank. And even though in this picture he feels like a winner because he has 2 briefcases before this match even took place, he truly is the winner because he gets himself owned 30 times by everybody in this match. It's just hilariously funny. Alright. Alright, so guys, that will actually be one of my I think I'm gonna make that our thumbnail for this video, to be honest. I mean, it's just hilarious that Corbin has been owned 30 times in general in that own count. Alright, so what's my final overall rating of Money in the Bank? I would give it a 7.5 pay-per-view rating. The Money in the Bank ladder matches both get a 20 just because it was entertaining, cinematic, and fun. And I gotta say, everybody did a great job, and I think Baron Corbin had a lot of fun in this match, to be honest. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Take care. God bless. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And see ya!